Welcome to Mike's Literary Minute, where books can be listened to and enjoyed. Hello, my name is Michael, and I've been listening to the audiobook since the mid '80s. And for my second video of the day, this is video number 2. I'm going to be talking about Murder at an Irish Castle by Ellie Brannigan and read by Tracy Odom. Now, the first thing I have to question when I see Ellie Brannigan, you wouldn't have to be related to Laura Brannigan, would you? For those who don't know, Laura Brannigan was a pop singer back in the early to mid 80s. I grew up listening to her music. Unfortunately, she passed away, but it would be really cool if the two of them were related. This is the stuff that wanders through my brain, my last living brain cell. It's the crap that goes bouncing around my empty skull, when the lights go out. So, Murder in an Irish Castle basically is a book. It is the first book in a series, and the protagonist, basically her grandfather dies, and she gets a castle. Some people have all the luck. I don't know what I'd do with the castle, but I would willing to compromise my principles to find out. Probably have one hell of a train room. And yes, I do play with model trains. They're in that room at the end of the hall. And yes, they have their own room. The book itself, there's a lot of, confrontation between her and another relative over, the ownership, and they're trying to figure out what has happened. Why did her grandfather die? Come to find out he was murdered. So it's a murder mystery. Honestly, I'll be blatantly honest with you. The book kept my attention to about the 3/4 mark, and after that, I couldn't tell you what the hell happened. The only reason I'm doing this one is the fact it isn't a standard book for me. It isn't a 3. It isn't a 3.5. It isn't a 3.8. It's basically a 2.5 on the best of days. I was into the book, and then something happened, and my interest went right out the damn window. That happens, though. Doesn't mean that it's a bad book. It just means that there was some part of it that I cannot put my finger on. Some part of it that it killed my interest in the book, and it didn't happen at the beginning. It happened at about the 3/4 part. So I'm being very generous. I'm very, very, very magnanimous, giving it a 2.5. As far as the writing, I didn't see anything really wrong with the writing. As far as the audio narration, Tracy Odom did a hell of a good job. As I said, I do not slam, or I will not post videos of me slamming people for doing something that there's no way in hell I could do. I could not read an audiobook. When I was in middle school and high school, I actually tried to write a book. The less said about that, the better. Because not only was it a pain in the ass, not only did it fail miserably, but it taught me a lesson that you can't be good at everything. So back then, when I actually was reading books, and I would go through 7, 8 books a week, and I wonder why my grades sucked. Well, yeah, I'd rather read a book than do my homework. And yeah, if you look at my GPA from middle school, high school, UTSA, it shows. Yeah, school, in my case, was a waste of my life. It was a waste of my time, and I never have to do it again. Now, that's a bad attitude to have, and I freely admit that, but I don't learn through books. I'd rather read the books. I'd rather read the books and be entertained. Because of being blind, because of the physical limitations I have, I do more listening than I do reading. Do I occasionally read a book? I haven't read a book. I haven't picked up a analog book, a physical printed media book, in probably 15 years. I did at one time have a Kindle, and I did read a few books on that, and I couldn't read them any easier than reading reading a regular book, so I stopped even doing that. So now my literary taste, I guess, basically I've switched from the format of reading to the format of listening. And Murder in the Irish Castle, it was one of those Audible ones where you use one credit, get 2 books. It seemed good. It seemed okay the first 75%. I get to that last part, and after that I'm like, I can't wait for this damn book to be over with. And I'm thinking maybe that I need to go back and let it sit for a couple of months, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, and go back and listen to it again and see if my opinion changes. If it does, if I'm still doing videos, I will be more than happy to make a follow-up video saying, you know, I did listen to it again, gave it a shot, you know, cleared my mind, and here are the results that I saw. In the meantime, has anybody heard of this book? Ellie Brannigan, his author, came out of left field to hit me. Never heard of her before, but that's okay. Murder in the Irish Castle, never heard of the book before. Tracy Odom, I do know the name from all the audiobooks I have listened to throughout the years. I think this is probably the 4th or 5th book that she's read that I've listened to. In the meantime, what are your thoughts? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Comments, I know I've got a couple out there I need to respond to, as these 2 videos. I did this video and I did one off of a Longmire book, and when they are uploading I will go through and look at the comments and respond to the comments. I try to respond to all of them because you took the time out to write a comment. I'm going to take the time out to respond to the comment. In the meantime, have a great week. It's Sunday here in South Texas. It's Sunday around the world, Super Bowl Sunday. Apparently they're playing a game. Apparently there's 2 teams. Apparently I don't care. So you guys have a good one, and we'll see you on the next video.